Greg, so looking at the running back room, obviously led by you and Sutton, just how excited are you to see the talent that you guys have? You guys have most of the returning talent on the team.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what we're going to produce this year. We have a lot of depth in the room, and just coming from last year, obviously Sut was injured, so we were hurt last year, and then I wasn't even healthy majority of the season. So just us two coming back, and then Makari, man, he's taking some long strides as well. Then we got Frank in the room, and then even Spain, he's taken from last year. You can see the growth in him. So I'm definitely excited to see what we're gonna produce in that room. And then not only that, just like from day one and just OTAs this summer, you could just see that as a group, as a room, that we've taken on a leadership role within the whole offense. And I feel like a lot of people trust in us. Crampy trusts us, the quarterbacks, the tight ends, the O-line. So I feel like that room is definitely a special room.
What do you see as your best utilization on this team? Do you think you're being split out, playing the running back spot?
Honestly, I leave that up to Coach Cramsey. I feel like whatever he puts me in, I'm going to excel, and as well as Sutton Smith as well. We've had practices where we have lined up in the slot, and we learn the playbook, so we know all the wideouts routes. We know running back position, so I'm not afraid to line up in the slot. But I feel like whenever I get the ball in my hands, whether that's in a wideout or a running back, I feel like we're going to excel, and that's for everyone in the room.
I got to ask this real quick. What was your favorite moment last year? I know what mine was. What was your favorite moment?
Of the year?
Yeah.
My favorite moment was probably mine was probably Tulane when it wasn't even a touchdown. It was when he felt But honestly, that was very special just for me, because it was like my first game coming back after I got surgery, where they really let me just play. There was like a game before where they were like limiting my carries or limiting my reps. Tulane was just full go, so I really got loose, and that was definitely that whole game was very special for me.
Greg, I was going to ask about that. First off, how many times this offseason, to be honest, did you watch that highlight?
A couple. People always talk about it. I like to, look into the future, just because I get in my head about like, what if I can't do it again? But I'm not gonna lie, that happens to me every year, and I keep doing it. So I've watched it a couple times. My friends send it to me all the time, and they say this year's a repeat of Tulane. So I definitely watched it a couple times. Not too much though. I gotta stay humble.
And then on a bigger note of the team, obviously the running back room has a lot of guys returning. You, Sutton, Makari, but it feels like the rest of the squad, the rest of the roster, to us at least, is a bunch of unknowns. Even to you, does it feel like a bit of a mystery of what this team's going to look like, what your identity is going to be, and all that?
For me, not really. Just because I'm in the building, I know these players, and I've seen the work that we've put in as a team. I've seen the plays we made in practice, and just all the players in whatever position they're in. So I know what play. I'm expecting big things out of some players. I hope that they, step up to the plate and actually make those plays. But I definitely have an idea who's going to be, a big role in our team.
Any names you want to slip out there?
I've definitely been impressed with C.J. Smith, Jamari Hawkins, Marcelo Bussey's definitely taken some strides from his injury, and I think he's going to be great this year. Brady Cluse is also doing well. I'm not gonna lie, that whole receiving room, Jakari, that whole receiving room is really fast. Like, we have some fast guys and some guys that really can make plays out of nowhere. And then our quarterback room as well. I'm impressed with B. Lou as well, just being able for him to run out of the pocket, pull the ball, and kind of create yards on his own. That's going to open up so much for the pass game, for the run game for me and Sud and Makari as well. And whoever's in the game. But I think that's like a piece where it's going to be different from last year with Seth. He wasn't that much of a runner.
Greg, the running back room loses Mario, loses Brandon. So how do you further step into like a leadership role there?
I feel like during my time when I was out last year, I made sure to kind of hone in on my leadership skills and kind of take a step back and look at the team and the games from a different point of view, where I'm not playing, I'm on the bench, and I'm cheering on my team. So that was really a big time for me to practice on my leadership skills and kind of take in that role. And then this year, I mean, in watching BT and Mario Anderson as well, just what they do on the field and off the field, that also helped me as well. And yeah, I mean, this whole year, this summer, you know, Coach Marks, me and Sub, we have this leadership program that we kind of started with our group, and we kind of just run things within our group where it's kind of practicing us to speak up and not be afraid to kind of teach these players on ball security or, you know, discipline or character, or even for them to be a leader as well.
What does it feel like is the biggest difference comparing to last year's offseason versus this year's?
Within our running back group or
Just the team as a whole.
the team,
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot of, probably the biggest difference is a lot of unknowns. Obviously, me coming in last year, I was new, so, but from the outside looking in, everyone was kind of on the same page. Everyone knew each other. It was like basically the same team from the year prior. So this year is not that, but that's probably the biggest difference for me. But there's no difference in talent. I feel like we have just as much or more talent this year. But yeah, I feel like the biggest difference would probably just be the unknowns.
You kind of hit on that right there. Last year, you guys had Seth coming in, Rock, Demir, a bunch of returning guys. We didn't know much about you at the time, but obviously we saw what you could do. Compared to this year, do you feel like the outside expectations, whatever you hear, that you guys are maybe being slept on a little bit, aren't being talked about enough?
Yeah, I feel that, of course, but that's been the story of my, I mean, individually the story of my life. I've never been someone who's people have really talk about. I've always been the underdog, you know, I always come out of the blue or things like that, but within myself, I've always known what I'm capable of. So, you know, I come and show up, work hard, and perform at my best each and every day. But yeah, as a team as well, people are going to be surprised for sure. About shocked a little bit, for sure.
Thank you.
Thanks, Greg.
Appreciate it, Greg.
Thanks, Greg.
You guys have a good one.
Yeah, you too.